Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone is doing great this week. This is my 13-week pregnancy video log. I am feeling pretty great. The baby is growing and getting big. I think it's about the size of a large lemon. So, yeah, that's good. The baby's good. I'm definitely bumping a little, which is fun, kind of cute, and also like kind of freaky because I feel like I have such a huge bump, especially at night, considering the size of the baby and just like how big I was with my last pregnancy, which was I think I was still modeling, so nobody knew I was pregnant at all, and now I'm totally bumping. So it's just kind of like a mind trip. And if you are having your subsequent pregnancies, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's kind of just weird. It's kind of wild, but it's good. It's good. We are now at a new cabin. We've been here for a week. We were in upstate New York staying with a friend, and now we're in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, which was like an hour drive, and we found a cute little cabin, which is a really good fit for us. I'm sliding in this chair. It's good. We had tons of supplies. We luckily haven't had to get a lot more food because there's nothing around here, which we didn't know. That's what you get for kind of just going to a brand new place. We're going to be here for 1 full month. So, we just have to drive a little further to get to the farmer's market and stuff. But, we did have some friends that happened to have, one of Josh's students his father has a cabin out here in the same small little town that we are in, and he was coming to visit. So he brought us some fresh groceries, which made such a huge difference. If you're just tuning in and you are watching this at a later time, you should know that we're in the midst of the COVID pandemic right now. So everyone's on lockdown, and that is why we are in the woods, which is we live in New York City, and we didn't want to be stuck in our apartment with our toddler for God knows how long. So we decided to get out of the city for a few days, and that was more than 3 weeks ago. So here we are. This is literally the only thing I have that's not dirty. And same with Jasper, and he's outside now just digging in the dirt and unearthing things, and it's awesome. It's exactly why we're here, so we can do that kind of thing. And today's the first really nice day since we've been here for a week. It's 60 degrees and sunny, so it's really nice. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I mean, physically, everything's good, as far as the pregnancy goes. I definitely don't have a lot of extra energy, or not really. It's not so much that I don't have energy, but I don't have a lot of motivation to exercise and do my full yoga routine that I normally do, which is an hour and a half. But I've been doing something for at least 30 minutes every day, and that just makes me feel really good. And it's usually just some sun salutations, some standing poses, and then some seated stretching poses. So I'm not getting a huge sweat or anything, but my heart rate definitely gets up, and it's some nice deep breathing, which is what we can all use right now. And I get winded so easily just going upstairs and chasing Jasper around, and it's been really fun, that part. So yeah, I've been physically great. Everything's fine. I'm a little tired. I think because just processing all of this stuff emotionally, like, it's pretty heavy, you know? We don't know what the future holds. And this was a really tricky week because we have been negotiating the terms of our lease for the apartment that we are supposed to move into. And if you've been watching this from the beginning, you know it was like a long process and it was very stressful for me. So we were like this close to just walking away from it, which was really heartbreaking for me because, well, I love the place and we paid for it for, we put the deposit down and the first month's rent. So to walk away from that, like, yeah, ouch, that would really hurt. So we were like maybe gonna do that. And then after a lot of back and forth, we finally came to some terms that we can agree on. We're still working out like a few details, such as when we'll move in. So it was a high emotional week, especially the past few days. I started to get kind of depressed thinking like, if we don't move in there, then where are we going to live? We do not know. The question in my mind was, are we going to go back to New York City? And that was kind of a scary thing to think, like, I can live a lot of places, I think. Like, I would be so thrilled to move to California, but I just need to know something or like have some kind of lead as to what the future holds. So for a moment, I felt like I was like floating in outer space, and we didn't have that at all. But after some communication, which I highly recommend between you and your partner, which I know is not always easy, communication just makes such a world of a difference. So we had a big talk, and we decided, yes, we are going to go back in the city. We're going to live in that apartment. And most important for me is knowing where I will deliver this baby. And that is in our apartment with my midwife, because when we were thinking like, oh, maybe we won't go back, depending on like, if our business doesn't make it, that's when things get really, questionable as to what the future will look like. So I think we're going to be fine. It looks like the apex is predicted to be soon. We are in the first week of April still, 2020, as I record this. So it looks like next week they're predicting the apex, which is, good. The sooner the better. We don't want to see this continue to escalate, of course. So yeah, so we're going to be going home. I think I kind of lost my train of thought. We're going to be out here for the whole month of April, so 3 more weeks in this place, and then we're going to move somewhere else for 1 more month, because why not? Like, it's nice here, but there are a few things that we would like, including like a place to shop for groceries, like fresh produce. So we'll probably be moving for the month of May. So it's kind of exciting, and it's nice for Jasper because it keeps things interesting, and he is completely oblivious to anything that's going on that's not great. Like, he has no idea what coronavirus is, and he's really just like thrilled to be here and have mom and dad here the whole time. It's really nice. So we're happy for that. One thing that gave me like a nice wind of optimism when I was feeling starting to feel depressed, which I think that probably everyone has touched upon during this, and it's really come and go. The waves are just, it's like you just kind of have to go with the flow. There's so much that's out of our control, and that's true in life usually, but I think that we have this like illusion that we control a lot more, and perhaps, of course, we do control more. We get to decide what we do with our time and where we spend our money, and everything's available to us. So we have more control over a lot of things, but right now we have very little control over a lot of things. So trying to come to terms with that and just the reality of the situation, the full, complex, multifaceted reality and of the situation. Something that gave me a little peace of mind was one night I decided like I really needed to just kind of watch something like a movie. I really wanted to kind of tune out for a second and just like rest my mind. So I turned on a nature documentary because I love that. I love that guy's soothing voice. It's like, that one guy, it's like, if you don't have that guy narrating your nature documentary, what are you even doing? David something. He did Planet Earth. You know the guy. So I started watching one of the latest documentaries, and it just talked about the crisis that our world is in, not having nothing to do with the coronavirus, but the global warming, climate change. So there has been a lot less production going on during this time. So a lot less pollution, a lot less emissions. Like besides like these huge factories that are not able to work, there's like no traffic right now. And that's been for a minute. So these kind of things, like it's like our planet's getting a chance to rest. And when we are thinking about the future, like the future of our children and our unborn children, it's huge to think like, yeah, I could really sacrifice a couple of months of being shut in. Like, obviously, this is not that bad. Being shut in without the normal things in life that we take for granted, so that maybe our planet could be in better shape. And also we can sort of reassess what's important to us, and see like what kind of changes we'd like to make in our lifestyles and in like the way society functions as a whole, what we want to participate in and what we want to leave behind, what's destructive and what is beneficial for everyone. So that was really huge for me and makes me feel really good. And I hope that a lot of other people are thinking of in these sort of terms, like what can we do to be better, to have a better world and a better life. So that's where my mind's at right now, and it makes me feel a lot better. Yeah, I'm still a little bit homesick, and I look forward to life getting back to a little bit more normal, but with some new things. Like, obviously, we're going to be cooking a lot more because we're enjoying this a lot, and it's easy, and it's, we always shop at the farmer's market. Okay, I shouldn't say we always do, but we often do. And like those kind of things, like these sustainable practices, like I want to take this with me back. So that's what's going on. Everything's good with the baby. My husband and kiddo are just coming back in from playing in the dirt. That's all I got for this week. I hope that everything in your life is on track and that you're feeling well and your baby's growing. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next week for an update. Peace and love to everyone. Catch you next time.